All the merfolk are well aware. The golden circlet of the merfolk is particularly robust. As a young merperson, Jean Yu went to the land-based differentiation bureau for testing a few days ago. The result identified them as an alpha. But on the day of differentiation, they turned out to be an omega, and were expected to marry an alpha they had never met before. Firmly refused to agree to the arrangement. But upon hearing that the arranged partner had a fluffy tail, packed their belongings without a second thought. She rushed to her fiancé's house overnight, and she was determined to bear a fox for him. That night, the villa echoed with the cries of a fox, along with Jean Yu's screams of pain. The day before leaving, she complained to her family, "I'm about to leave soon. Where is the dowry you've prepared for me? If I get bullied and end up running away from home with nowhere to go, what should I do?" Her father, Jean Jiang, angrily tossed over a small pouch. "Inside are the little pearls you've cried out over the years. Pearls are incredibly valuable on land, and your elder brother owns a company on land. If you're ever bullied, go and find him." Jean took the bag again, immediately complaining about how stingy the emperor father was. The dowry given was still made up of her own tears. The furious mermaid king grabbed a coral stick, ready to hit him. Fortunately, his elder brother Jean Yen stepped in to stop it. It wasn't long before the eldest brother and the second brother guided Jean Yu to swim up to the surface of the sea. They noticed that there were already many people gathered on the shore. Jean Yu quickly hid behind his brothers for cover. Once they reached the shore, their mermaid tails transformed into legs. Due to rarely setting foot on land, Jean Yu cautiously tried to adjust with the help of his second brother. Jean Li supported him and guided him to walk slowly. He was worried Jean Yu might lose patience and impulsively dive back into the sea. At that moment, someone stepped out of the car. Jean Yu leaned out to take a look at him. He didn't see the tail that his elder brother mentioned. He immediately felt a little wronged. "Second brother, can I not get married?" Jean Yu spoke in a very soft voice. "But foxes have sharp hearing." The man heard him. He simply stared at him without saying a word. Jean Yu felt his scalp tingling under the intense gaze. He didn't dare to look him in the eye. "Weren't you saying just a few days ago that you wanted to get married? You had agreed so enthusiastically before. Why the sudden change of heart? Didn't you mention he has a fluffy tail?" Jing Yu felt terribly wronged. The man who was talking to Jing Yan heard this. He curved his lips into a slight smile. "So it turns out you've been thinking about my tail all along. Big brother and second brother, don't worry. I will make sure to take good care of her. The youngest child has been spoiled by us since childhood. His temper is a bit willful." The man had a cold and gloomy expression. When he was about to look at the little mermaid again, the person had already disappeared. As he glanced around, he realized the child had somehow run to his car. "Jin Yu, what are you doing?" Jin Yan also noticed Jin Yu's actions, and when she looked over, Jin Yu was brainstorming ways to take this door apart. "There's a smell of dried fish here." Jin Yu pointed towards the car. "The aroma is incredibly enticing. My name is Xinyanchen, your fiancé." Xinyanchen walked over to introduce himself to Jin Yu. Jin Yu grabbed her sleeve and gestured towards the car. "Fiancé, I want to eat that dried fish." Jin Yu's eyes were fixed intently on the dried fish inside the car. Xinyanchen took out the car keys and unlocked the door. Jin Yu successfully got the fish treats as he wished. Jin Yan and Jin Li both expressed that they really couldn't bear to watch. "We decided to leave first." Jin Yu got into the car. His mind was entirely focused on the fish treats. Xinyanchen greeted the two of them briefly, got in the car and started it. "Big brother and second brother, goodbye." After the car drove away, Jin Yan suddenly remembered something. "Oh no, I forgot to mention. Do not cut Yao's hair without permission, otherwise it could cause quite a commotion." When they arrived at Xinyancheng's residence, Jin Yu had already woken up from a nap. He noticed Xinyancheng getting out of the car, and decided to get out as well. But after searching for a while, he still couldn't find how to open the car door. Xinyancheng was walking ahead, thinking the little mermaid could keep up with him. When I was about to speak to him, I turned around and realized he wasn't behind me. Could he still be in the car? Jin Yu was still in the car looking around at everything. "If I had known, I would have spent more time on land with my big brother. Nothing here seems to open." Then I glanced at the phone the man handed me. "I don't even know how to use it. I'm starting to regret not coming to the mainland with my older brother. Regretting it so much. Fiancé, hurry and come save me." Just as the little mermaid was about to fish for some tiny pearls, the car door swung open. Jin Yu glanced over, immediately rushed forward, clinging to the man tightly. Oh no, oh no. For a moment, I thought I was going to turn into a dried fish in there. Jinyu shut his eyes and cried uncontrollably. Xinyanchen wanted him to let go. Instead, Jinyu held on even tighter. Xinyanchen was walking with difficulty. Jinyu sneaked a glance at the place he was about to stay. Then there was no spot for swimming. Bad review, there were no fish. Bad review, there were no jellyfish. Bad review, my shell bed was missing. Bad review, why didn't they bring my shell bed? Why did you react upon hearing Xinyanqing's voice? Suddenly, she lifted her head again, noticing a bite mark on the front of his shirt. Thinking back, it seemed like she got a bit too excited earlier and ended up biting him. Feeling embarrassed, apologizing repeatedly out of awkwardness, she admitted she got carried away while speaking. Jinyu rubbed the spot where she had bitten him with his hand and gave him a warm smile. Come down and walk on your own. No, I won't. I don't know how to walk. Jinyu clung tightly around Xinyanqing's neck. Refused to come down no matter what. Then how did you come to take the differentiation test? My second brother pushed me here in a wheelchair. As he spoke, he even raised his head proudly. His tone was full of confidence and justification. But suddenly, Jinyu started crying again. Tiny pearls kept falling one by one. Why are you crying? Xinyanqing noticed the person in his arms was crying. He fumbled around in a fluster, completely unsure of what to do. While sobbing, they said the test showed I would differentiate into an alpha, but it turned out I became an omega. Xinyanqing suddenly remembered what Jinyu had mentioned to him, and found it somewhat amusing, although now didn't seem like the right time to laugh. Stop crying. I'll take you to the swimming pool. Jinyu immediately stopped crying. He picked up the little pearls one by one. He pulled out a small pouch his father had given him from his pocket, and placed the pearls into the pouch. Xinyanchen glanced at it unintentionally. The pouch was filled to the brim with pearls, white ones and red ones. It said that a mermaid's tears turn into pearls, and the color of the pearls changes with the mermaid's emotions at the moment, and it changes into the corresponding color. Moreover, mermaid pearls are incredibly valuable. Different colors are priced differently. The bag in the little mermaid's hand seems wealthier than I am. Fiancé, are you really rich? Why do you ask that? Because when I was leaving, I asked my dad for money. He refused and even tried to hit me. Luckily, I resisted fiercely. That blow ended up landing on my older brother instead. Does my shell bed exist in my fiancé's swimming pool? If not, are there jellyfish? If not, then why is there nothing at all? I'm not getting married anymore. As she spoke, Jinyu struggled to get down. This man is truly poor. There's absolutely nothing. I want to go home. I need to find my shell bed. As she spoke, they arrived at the swimming pool Xinyanchen had prepared. The transparent glass reveals the scene inside. Xinyanchen went out of his way to turn one of the bedrooms into a swimming pool, with waterproof glass installed on all sides, and the water inside was specially transported from the sea. Jinyu paid no attention to anything else. He noticed there was something inside, a shell bed larger than his original one. An even bigger shell stone caught his eye. He couldn't wait to step inside. Marry or not, marry. You must marry. Let me in quickly. But the little mermaid couldn't find a way to get up for a long time. She looked over at Xinyanqing, the entrance and the exit. On the second floor, holding the little mermaid, they went upstairs. They opened a room. The little mermaid took off her pants. She couldn't wait to break free from the embrace and leapt into the pool. Her legs transformed into a fishtail, swimming up to the shell. Xinyanqing sat on the small couch nearby. He sent a message to his assistant, instructing him to catch a few jellyfish and fish from the sea. The assistant, upon receiving the message, was on the verge of tears. Last time, the CEO asked him to gather seaweed from the water, along with shells and corals, which was already a lot, and now he's tasked with fetching jellyfish and fish again. Why doesn't the fiancé ask for starfish instead? What's wrong with requesting starfish? Jinyu popped his head out, unhappily questioning Xinyanqing. There will be one tomorrow. Xinyanqing sent another message to the assistant preparing to go underwater. Jinyu dived back into the water, looking around here and there, but felt that this shell bed wasn't appealing at all. It wasn't as nice as his own, but it was very large, even bigger than his own. Jinyu started feeling hungry. He floated to the surface, wanting Xinyanqing to hold him. What's wrong? Xinyanqing set down his book and crouched down. Jinyu wrapped his arms around his neck. Xinyanqing lifted him out of the water. The blue fishtail transformed into legs. There was nothing to cover him, no pants. His skin was smooth and delicate. I'm hungry. I want to eat conch. and I want to eat fish too. The conch hasn't arrived yet. Let's start with fish today. Upon hearing there were no sea snails, the little mermaid was upset. How could there possibly be no sea snails? Why are there no sea snails? Then I want to have lobster. With Xinyanchen accompanying her to the restaurant, he seated her on a chair, and went to the kitchen himself to get it. The shrimp and fish that just arrived this morning. Do you want it cooked or raw? The shrimp should be raw. The fish needs to be cooked. Jinyu steadied himself on the table and tried to walk. After taking a few steps, he gradually got used to it. He walked into the kitchen. He saw a basin on the counter filled with shrimp. He picked one up and put it into his mouth. While eating, he watched Xinyanchen preparing the fish. Fiancé, do you happen to have a fluffy tail? Xinyanchen casually responded with a hum. He showed no sign of noticing anything unusual. You heard him reply to you again, so overjoyed that you could hardly contain yourself. It turns out Big Brother wasn't lying to you after all. He really does have a fluffy tail. Then, can you let me play with it? Xinyanchen's hands paused mid-action. He wondered if he had misheard just now. Jean placed the empty bowl he had finished eating from onto the table, seeing Xinyanchen's movements come to a stop, assuming he didn't want to let himself touch it. No, Xinyanchen coldly refused him. Jean took the fish from his hands once again, his blue eyes fixed on him. Is it really not allowed? Xinyanchen turned his face away, avoiding meeting his gaze. Looking into his eyes, there seemed to be a hint of willingness to agree. You shouldn't lose your rationality. Don't let yourself be deceived. Is it really not possible? Then can you let me take a bite tonight? The little mermaid hesitated for a moment. He remembered what his big brother once said. A bite to inject pheromones acts as a temporary mark. If pheromones are injected during the estrus period, that would result in a permanent mark. So trading a bite for touching the tail doesn't seem like a bad deal. At the very least, you should be more gentle. Xinyanchen assumed he wouldn't agree, but then he heard the little mermaid's cheerful voice agreeing. He was momentarily stunned. Haven't you attended any classes before? The little mermaid noticed Xinyanchen standing perfectly still. It seemed as though he was pondering over something. The little mermaid thought he might change his mind. You promised, and you can't go back on your word. The little mermaid's words snapped Xinyanchen out of his thoughts, placed the fish into the pond, turned around to look at the little mermaid, spoke in a very serious tone, so serious that even the little mermaid became serious. Tell me the truth. Did you ever take a biology class while underwater? As soon as Jingyu heard this, he immediately turned and tried to run away. Another person who wants me to attend a class. I'm not getting married anymore. I'm not getting married anymore. I want to go back home. Xinyanchen grabbed the person trying to run away. He looked at him with a very serious expression. Of course, go for it. It's just that everyone skipped class. Do you even know what it means to take a bite? Of course I do. Besides, you're my fiancé. You bit me. Wouldn't it be fine if I just gave you a bite? Xinyanchen was left speechless. What he said was indeed correct. But the little mermaid is so easily deceived. What if I don't keep an eye on them for a moment, and the little mermaid gets tricked and taken away? Have you finished eating? That bowl of lobster is already gone. You probably aren't hungry anymore, right? No more food, fiancé. I want to go to the mall. The second brother said the mall is super fun, but he couldn't be bothered to move. The desire to stay won over the urge to go. So the little mermaid rarely visited the land. Even for the differentiation test, it was only managed by coaxing. Most people go through differentiation at around 14 or 15, but the little mermaid didn't until she turned 18. Every day under the sea, she was either causing trouble or finding a place to nap. Either way, there was never a dull moment for her. What's the purpose of going to the mall? The little mermaid didn't feel like explaining it to him. She grabbed him and started pulling him outside. Wait a second, why can't she move him? And what's he eating? He's so heavy. Xinyanchen wanted to see what the little mermaid would do if she couldn't move him. He wondered how he should respond in that situation. Then he saw little pearls dropping down. One after another they fell to the ground with a clatter. Don't cry, don't cry. Did you bring home a little crybaby? Pick up the pearls. The moment Jinyu heard it, the tears stopped immediately. He tugged at Xinyancheng's sleeve, asking him to help pick up the pearls together. Father has made it clear, if you cry, and don't pick up the pearls before heading out, you'll end up with nothing but the cold northwest wind to drink. Not sure if the northwest wind tastes good. Does your fiancé think the northwest wind tastes good? How should this question be answered? Xinyanchen picked up the pearls from the ground, placed them into the only small bag he had. This question should be directed to your older brother. Xinyanchen thought to himself. Take her to the mall to buy pants suitable for mermaids. This way, she wouldn't have to go through the hassle of removing the pants each time. It turned into a fish tale. After getting in the car, Jinyu and Xinyanqing headed to the mall. Jinyu fastened the seatbelt as he sat in the front passenger seat. Although the seatbelt kept him from moving around, it couldn't restrain his curious mind. Fiancé, what is this? Fiancé, is the thing in that person's hand tasty? Fiancé, is there really octopus in takoyaki? Jinyu, have you forgotten my name? Jinyu closed his mouth after being questioned by him. How could he be sure he didn't remember? Isn't calling him fiancé and calling him by his name practically the same? Observing Jinyu's reaction, Xinyanqing understood what he had told him. He didn't remember the name, but he did remember that he was his fiancé. Is it not allowed to call him that? He truly didn't remember his name. Sure, but once we get married, he won't be a fiancé anymore. So what do you think it should be called? Xinyanqing asked him. Unexpectedly, the little mermaid answered him with complete seriousness. Call it hubby. The car came to a stop in the parking space. Xinyanqing unfastened his seatbelt and looked at Jinyu. Who taught you that? The little mermaid couldn't understand him. Why are you so worked up? I heard my sister-in-law call my elder brother that before. The elder brother would take his wife to his own room and wouldn't let anyone see. So does that mean I should also shout? The fiancé would buy me lots of small dried fish. Honey, I want to eat dried fish. Let's do it right away. He's definitely going to buy it for me, right? Xinyanqing awkwardly scratched his head. Shout it out on the bed tonight. Xinyanqing got out of the car. Jinyu was still trying to make sense of what he had just said. What does shouting on the bed even mean? Does it mean you can't shout unless you're on the bed? Xinyanqing waited for Jinyu to get out of the car. When Jinyu got up, the seatbelt pulled him back down. Xinyanqing lightly smacked his forehead. How could he have forgotten about that? This little mermaid doesn't know how to unbuckle a seatbelt. He bent down and pressed the button to release the seatbelt. Once coaxed out, he took off running excitedly. Xinyanqing had only taken the time to close the car door when the little mermaid vanished from sight. It seems like buying a child safety wristband is necessary. Upon entering the mall entrance, he saw the little mermaid looking around curiously. Noticing Xinyanqing walking in, the little mermaid ran up to him and grabbed his hand. Fiancé, I want to eat. The little mermaid pointed at the candy and looked at Xinyanqing. Xinyanqing walked over and bought some candy for the little mermaid. He took one out and placed it in his mouth. It was very sweet. Just as he was about to pour them all into his mouth at once, Xinyanqing took the candy away. You can't eat them all. You'll get cavities. Do you want to have a toothache? Jinyu covered his mouth and shook his head. Xinyanqing was dressed in a casual suit, holding a bag of candy in his hand. Trailing behind was Jinyu, who was full of curiosity. They went to a store to purchase a few pairs of pants specifically designed for mermaids. When it's time to transform the tail, just press a button. The little mermaid picked out a top they liked. Upon reaching the jewelry store, they couldn't take another step forward. Ah, what little mermaid wouldn't love glittering jewels? Welcome. If you like it, feel free to try it on. Jinyu rushed inside, noticing a watch inside adorned with diamonds, asking the store clerk to take it out. Try this one on, honey. Jinyu slid the watch over. Xinyanqing never expected the little merman to buy something for him. Even more surprising was hearing him call out honey in public. The sales associate suddenly realized what had happened, internally screaming with excitement. Such an adorable young man is actually married. Noticing he hadn't retracted his ears, it was still a mermaid. Among the silver-white hair was a pair of blue fins. It was truly adorable. Xinyanqing took off his own watch. He put on the one Jinyu had picked. The store clerk noticed the watch he had removed. Even buying all the watches in the store would still leave a lot of money left over. This one looks nice. Let's go with this one. Jinyu gazed at the watch covered in diamonds, completely satisfied. The little mermaid needs to learn to buy things for her husband. Buy a lot of sparkling jewelry. Alright. Please head over here to check out. The store clerk led Jinyu to the cash register. Jinyu took a pearl out of her small bag and handed it to her. The clerk had never encountered this kind of situation before. She called the store manager over. The manager examined the pearl's luster and size. Smiling, the manager greeted Jinyu with a polite hello. This pearl of yours is worth 80 million. This watch is priced at 30 million. There's another 50 million. You are free to choose anything you like in this store. You glanced at the pearl again. Then you looked at Xinyanqing once more. This is actually the lowest quality pearl, and yet it's worth such an enormous amount of money. No wonder Dad wouldn't give me any money. Turns out I have more money than he does. Pick a fiancé at random. Don't worry, I'll handle it all for you. The little mermaid laughed arrogantly. After all, I have a bag of pearls. No need. Just this one will do. Xin Yanchen gently patted the little mermaid's head. It didn't take long to enjoy this feeling. Jing Yu dashed into another jewelry store. She dragged Xin Yanchen inside. A store assistant approached them. Hadn't spoken yet. Do you have in your store the items that people bring for weddings? Jing's words left the clerk quite puzzled, glancing at him and then at the person behind him. Suddenly understood. Are you referring to rings? One of the clerks took out a key, retrieved several small mermaid designs from the counter. None of them seemed satisfactory after looking through. Is there a ring more beautiful than this one? What style are you looking for? Let me help you find it. I want it to be completely covered in sparkling stones. Jinyu glanced over, pointing at the diamonds on the rings inside the display case. This is the one. The entire surface should be covered with them. The saleslady thought for a moment, then smiled apologetically at Jinyu and said, This style is not available. Once you get home, you can get ready to coax them into eating fish. But I also want the one they brought. The little mermaid felt disappointed, unable to pick a style they truly liked, hoping to wear it together with their fiancé. Xin Yanchen followed behind him, thinking about tomorrow's dinner at the old house. Those people will start rambling on again. Let's handle the paperwork first. Xin Yanchen grabbed Jinyu's hand and strode out. Jinyu, trying to keep up, shifted from a quick walk to a light jog. You're going too fast. I can't keep up with you. The little mermaid spoke, panting for breath. It was only then that Xin Yanchen realized Jinyu couldn't keep up with his pace. After helping him into the car, he drove straight to the Civil Affairs Bureau. They managed to get their certificate just as the office was about to close for the day. Their pheromone compatibility was 100%. You two are simply destined to be together, drawn to each other irresistibly. Is 100% something edible? The little mermaid doesn't understand anything, but the little mermaid only knows that right now they want to go home and eat fish. It means you'll never be able to leave me in this lifetime. Xin Yanqing took a long moment to realize what was happening, thinking the compatibility would be high, but never expected it to be that high. Does that mean you'll have to take care of me for the rest of your life? The little mermaid widened their eyes and looked at Xin Yanqing, cheered loudly when they saw him nod. Xin Yanqing thought he was happy because he didn't want to leave him, but then he heard the little mermaid shout, I've got legs. The meal voucher period is up. It feels like the mood isn't as pleasant anymore. Once in the car, the little mermaid held on to the marriage certificate tightly. Xin Yanqing started the car and headed home with him. What are Xin Yanqing and the others drinking? Jinyu glanced out the window. Someone is holding a cup of milk tea. The little mermaid looks at it as if it tastes really good. Would you like some bubble tea? Jinyu nodded in agreement. Xin Yanqing pulled over to the side of the road. He stepped out of the car to buy it for her. When he came back, Jinyu eagerly reached out to take it. Xin Yanqing inserted the straw into the cup. Jinyu held the bubble tea and started drinking. It tasted amazing. From the very first sip, Jinyu was completely in love with it, wondering why the second brother didn't tell me about it. There are so many delicious things on land. If I had known, I would have come to land much earlier. Drink less, you'll still need to eat when you get home. Xin Yanqing started the car again. Jinyu held onto the milk tea, unwilling to let go. Drinking too much and not being able to eat at home just won't do. Jinyu handed the milk tea to him, saying he wouldn't drink anymore. Xin Yanqing took the milk tea and had a sip. It's a bit sweet, but tolerable. By the time we got home, the aunt had already prepared all the dishes. Jinyu ran over to the dining table and stared at the fish. Wash your hands first, I'll go serve you some rice. Jinyu obediently went to wash his hands. Seeing how well behaved he was, Xin Yanqing raised an eyebrow slightly. It was the first time seeing such an obedient fiancé. Why does this hand soap feel so slippery? Xin Yanqing went over to take a look. When did the hand soap at home become so slippery? Oh, my little troublemaker. This is a hair mask. The first person to make Xin Yanqing call them little troublemaker has appeared. Jinyu watched as Xin Yanqing washed and dried his hands for him. At the dining table, every dish Jinyu reached for had a bit added to it. If it's delicious, have a few more bites. If it's not tasty, he wouldn't even touch it. After Xin Yanqing finished eating, he watched him eat. Once Jinyu patted his satisfied belly, he got up. After eating his fill, Jinyu nodded slightly. He ate so much that his little stomach was round. He was definitely full. What are you doing? Xin Yanqing picked Jinyu up and carried him to the bedroom on the second floor. Are you saying I should let you touch it? Would you let me take a bite of your tail? As soon as Jinyu heard him say that, he suddenly remembered. It's the very first day here today. I totally forgot, my apologies. Fiancé, what exactly are you? A nine-tailed fox. As the fox spoke, the little mermaid wanted to run away. The eldest brother mentioned the fox's reunion. If an alpha encounters a fox, They must run. Sobbed Big Brother. Why didn't you say so earlier? He's a fox, isn't he? I won't marry him anymore. I want to go back home. Jinyu was carried into the bedroom. Her hand tightly gripped the doorframe, refusing to let go. Xinyanchen grabbed her hand and brought her inside. He mercilessly shut the door behind them. Why have you changed your mind about getting married again? After seating Jinyu on the bed, he bent down and asked her a question. Big Brother said if you meet a fox like Alpha, you should run. But the two of us have already registered our marriage. You're already married. Jinyu was taken aback. This is like selling myself off. Then let me touch your tail. Getting married wouldn't be a loss. There's a fluffy tail involved. Touching it wouldn't be a bad deal. Besides, it's like having a long-term meal ticket. Xinyanchen was debating whether to let him touch all 9 tails, or only allow him to touch one, but Jinyu thought he was unwilling to let him touch any. In the moment of his hesitation, tears streamed down his face. You won't let me touch your tail. Why won't you let me touch your tail? You promised during the day that I could touch your tail. You lied to me, you lied. Wah wah wah. Little pearls rolled onto the bedsheet one by one. Xinyanchen tried to comfort her. All at once, he revealed all of his tail. The tail was right in front of Jinyu. Jinyu immediately held back tears. No crying. In front of me were so many fluffy white tails. I absolutely love them. Fiancé, you actually have 9 tails. I really love them. Jinyu gently touched one tail, then ran her fingers over another. She couldn't get enough of them. We got our marriage certificate. Can't call him fiancé anymore. Jinyu, upon hearing this, immediately switched to calling him husband. The Little Mermaid simply wanted to touch the tail, thinking about having a long-term meal ticket, and being able to be lazy at home, swimming in its own pool every day. So now, can I take a bite? Jinyu nodded in agreement. If there's a tail, then it's all settled. But the next second, something felt off. Why would you knock me over just for biting once? What are you doing with our clothes? Xinyanchen unbuttoned one button at a time. The Little Mermaid realized something was wrong. Trying to run away, huh? It's too late to run now. I've already let you touch my tail, and you give me a bite in return. Xinyanchen grabbed Jinyu. Jinyu realized he couldn't run away at all. Forget it. Just be a couch potato. Be gentle when you bite. The light was turned off. Jinyu held on to Xinyanchen and refused to let go. Tiny pearls fell one by one onto the bedsheet. They were pink. A 9-tailed fox mark appeared on the collarbone. The mark would fade along with the temporary bond. If it's a permanent mark, the mark will not fade away. After biting, can you get up now? You're lying. You're such a liar. Be good. I'll let you touch the tail. Can I touch your tail too, please? Jinyu's brain had completely lost the ability to think. Without fully realizing it, the tail was let out. Xinyanchen's hand gently brushed against the tail. It felt smooth. Jinyu thought he was just innocently touching it, but he didn't expect him to go even further. Locate the 2 positions under its jurisdiction. Encountered the spot. Jinyu cried even harder. The skin, white as jade, was now tinged with a rosy hue. The falling pearls were also pink in color. You're lying, Sob. The Little Mermaid angrily bit Xinyanchen. On Xinyanchen's collarbone, a mark in the shape of a mermaid appeared. No alpha would ever allow an omega to mark them. Let him leave a mark on himself. Xinyanchen was an exception. Jinyu bit down on his gland. Then he fainted. Xinyanchen looked at his masterpiece. He carried the unconscious Little Mermaid to the bathroom to clean up. Xinyanchen gazed at the 9-tailed fox mark on Jinyu's collarbone, thinking that one day, this mark would become permanent. He placed the Little Mermaid on the sofa to let him lie down comfortably. After changing into fresh sheets and pillowcases, he was lifted and placed gently on the bed, covered him with the blanket and headed to the bathroom to wash up. Looking into the mirror at the Little Mermaid mark on the collarbone, smiled softly, thinking if it fades, it can just bite again. While an omega can't mark an alpha, it still leaves a visible imprint. Tomorrow, wearing a top that reveals the collarbone could be an option. Sounds great, let's go with that. Picked up the pearls one by one from the changed bedsheet, rinsed them off and placed them into the Little Mermaid's bag. Looked at his hair, thought about the next morning, planned to find a hairstylist to give his hair a proper trim, went to bed holding the Little Mermaid and fell asleep. The next morning, the Little Mermaid opened its eyes in the middle of a dream, sat on the chair staring at its reflection in the mirror, thought of dreaming a bit longer, and decided to sleep again. Snap! The Little Mermaid heard a sound. She immediately became fully alert. Just now, could it be that when she turned around, she saw her own white hair lying on the ground? Wow wow wow! One by one, red pearls dropped onto the ground. These are pearls that mermaids shed only when deeply heartbroken. They are actually incredibly rare. Now, a large number of them were rolling on the ground, while the hairstylist held scissors in their hand. I can't figure out what to do, My hair, oh my. Xing Yanqing heard a noise, went upstairs without paying attention, almost tripped over a pearl on the floor, luckily managed to steady himself in time, saw the red pearl lying on the ground, then glanced at Jing Yu, the one responsible for the pearls. She was clutching her hair and crying uncontrollably. What happened? Don't cry anymore. Stop crying. Xing Yanqing cautiously stepped in front of her, worried he might accidentally trip again. You owe me my hair. My hair is gone. Why did you leave my room? Watching the pearls continuously drop to the floor. No matter what Xing Yanqing did, he couldn't calm her down. Feeling helpless, Jing Yu called his older brother. Would you cut off Yao's hair? You're in big trouble now. You're doomed. You're absolutely doomed. Xing Yanqing caught a hint of schadenfreude in the tone. What are you going to do now? Jing Yan already overheard things on the other side. Jing Yu's heart-wrenching cries filled the air, along with the sound of pearls scattering on the floor. Use your tail to comfort him. Jing Yan finished speaking and was about to hang up, but suddenly remembered something. Are those pearls red? Xing Yanqing softly responded with a hum. Then came the sound of Jing Yan laughing without any care for appearances. That makes you even more pitiful. Usually, he trims his own hair. It's always white pearls, but you went straight to red ones. Haha. Remember to have someone send a few to me later. When Jing Yu cried his heart out while holding his hair, a tail appeared in front of him. A foxtail that is white with hints of red. Jing Yu placed the strands of hair on the ground, reached out to grab that tail. I'll take you downstairs for a meal. Then we'll visit Grandma. How does that sound? Jing Yu's entire attention is fixated on the tail right now. Xing Yanqing says something, and he just nods in agreement, holding the tail and stroking it in his hands. The maid went upstairs to clean, tied those strands of hair together with a piece of string. Pick up all the pearls scattered on the ground. The aunt took out the hair Xing Yanqing handed her this morning. She tied the two strands of hair together, believing it symbolized a married couple bound by fate. Downstairs, Xing Yanqing was feeding Jing Yu. Yes, he was feeding him. Jing Yu refused to let go. The moment his tail was pulled away, he was about to cry. Xing Yanqing had no choice. Remember not to touch the tail later when you go out. How about letting me touch it when you come home tonight? Jing Yu nodded in agreement. As long as I can feel the soft, furry tail, everything can be worked out. You can't call him fiancé. I know, I'll call him husband. Honey, I want to eat shrimp. Jing Yu quickly stepped in first. Xing Yanqing swallowed back the rest of his words. Is my name really that hard to remember? Call out Xing Yanqing's name once. Xing Yanqing, my husband, I want to eat shrimp. Jing Yu pronounced his name word by word. For the first time, Xing Yanqing thought his name sounded so nice. He peeled a lot of shrimp for Jing Yu, the little mermaid. It was the first time learning that shrimp is peeled after being cooked. It turned out to be so delicious. After eating his fill, Jing Yu went upstairs. After placing the red pearl into her bag, she noticed her hair, tangled together with another strand of black hair. She took the hair and went downstairs, asking Xing Yanqing what this meant. It means inseparable. The little mermaid nodded, half understanding. Xing Yanqing helped the little mermaid adjust her clothes, intentionally revealing the mark. And he also exposed the mark on his collarbone. Now those people in the old house won't have anything to say. The little mermaid headed out with her bag. Xing Yanqing followed behind and sat in the back seat. The driver started the car and set off. Xing Yanqing thought Jing Yu would sit quietly in the car. When they arrived at the old house, honey, my back really hurts. Xing Yanqing massaged Jing Yu's back to ease the pain. He thought Jing Yu would behave for a moment. Honey, how do you play this? Jing Yu pulled out his phone and started tapping around. He couldn't figure out how to use it. It only had contact information for his family and Xing Yanqing. This is WeChat. You can call me. Sending messages and making video calls is also possible. Xing Yanqing was massaging her back, while demonstrating to her how to use the phone. Before long, the little mermaid had already learned and started playing with the phone. Honey, can I touch your tail? Sure, be good and I'll let you touch it tonight. Sweetheart, I want some candy. What about the gummies from yesterday? They're at home. Have them when we get back. Jing Yu spoke a sentence. Xing Yanqing responded with a sentence. And just like that, they arrived at the old house's entrance. As soon as Xing Yanqing got out of the car, he saw someone he disliked. Yanqing, you're back. Second Aunt Luya approached with a cheerful smile. Xing Yanqing noticed there was an omega standing behind her. He let out a cold sneer. Still couldn't change the habit of trying to push an omega into his life. Without changing his expression, Xing Yanqing called out to Second Aunt. Jing Yu didn't understand, but still followed along and called out as well. Yet who would have thought Luya ignored his gaze and kept her attention fixed on Xing Yanqing? And then there's that omega at the back. Why does he keep shyly glancing at Xing Yanqing? Jing Yu immediately felt a sense of crisis. These two are nothing but trouble. Ugh, how annoying. Who are you? He's mine. Jingyu wrapped his arms around Xin Yanqing's waist, cautiously watching the two people in front of him. Xin Yanqing noticed his reaction, and curled his lips into a smile. It seems the little mermaid has quite a strong sense of crisis. What do you mean by yours? You two aren't even married. The Omega at the back walked up and glanced at Xin Yanqing. He immediately knew this man would definitely be his. Even after getting married, he still has my mark from last night. Jingyu pointed at Xin Yanqing's collarbone. There was a blue mermaid mark on it. He hasn't even marked you. The Omega rolled his eyes. Who said that? Xin Yanqing tugged at the little mermaid's collar slightly, revealing the red nine-tailed fox mark. The little mermaid was extremely proud. After glancing at him, he wanted Xin Yanqing to carry him. Xin Yanqing bent down and scooped him up horizontally, holding him tightly. You wrapped your arms around his neck again. Facing the unknown Omega, you said? Go ahead and keep dreaming. The long-term partner is mine. That was terrifying. Almost called it a lifelong meal ticket. Xin Yanqing heard it too. Considering he corrected himself in time, I won't hold it against him. Carrying the little mermaid inside, Luya didn't get a single word in. Really didn't expect Xin Yanqing would actually agree to the arranged marriage. He would get the marriage certificate with her, and even accept the Omega marking. Auntie will help you. Luya led him back into the house. Jingyu sat beside Grandma Xin. He was amused to the point of laughing out loud. He was absolutely overjoyed. Grandma, I have no idea what to give you. Jingyu took out a few pearls from his bag and handed them to Grandma Xin. This white one can be made into earrings. These smaller ones can be crafted into bracelets. And these can be turned into a necklace. Xin Yanqing sat nearby, chatting with his father. After Jingyu arranged everything for Grandma Xin, he took out some for his mother, and pulled out a red pearl of almost the same size, and handed it to them. Grandma Xin and his mother held the pearl in their hands. This isn't just a pearl. This is worth billions. Take it and keep it safe, little one. Your mom and I don't need these. His mother and Grandma Xin put the pearl back into Jingyu's bag. I noticed there were still many things inside. Mom told me that the most important things must be done in front of everyone as witnesses. In order to truly find happiness, Jingyu retrieved a black pearl from one of the compartments of the small bag. Mom said that every mermaid is born holding a pearl in their arms, and they give the pearl to the person they love. The ocean will watch over and protect that person. Jingyu placed the black pearl into Xin Yanqing's hand. Everyone stared at the black pearl in his hand. That was a priceless black pearl, one you couldn't even buy if you tried. And it was such a large one too. I'll take it. Put it in your bag. It won't fit in my pocket. Xin Yanqing gave a faint smile. He placed the pearl into his bag. Jingyu glanced around, glances to the right, and nods slightly. Places it inside the bag. Xin Yanqing, who arrived late, stepped in, and immediately noticed Jingyu leaning close to Xin Yanqing, hair casually draped down the back, with a few strands falling across the front. The blue, semi-fan-shaped headphones matched perfectly with his strikingly large blue eyes. With such looks, wouldn't he effortlessly outshine others in the entertainment industry? A group of people shouted out before rushing over to Xin Yanqing. No, brother and sister-in-law. That's not acceptable. Xin Yanqing didn't even glance at his younger brother. He immediately knew what kind of mischief he was plotting. He inherited the family fortune just to let him mess around in the entertainment industry. But this kid isn't entirely without talent. If he wants to bring people into the entertainment world, that's fine. However, Jingyu is off limits. He wants to bring the little darling into the entertainment industry. So without any hesitation, he has to decline. Alright. Hello, sister-in-law. My name is Xin Yanqing. Jingyu looked at him. What is his name? Jingyu felt that his brain was truly overworked. There are so many people, it's impossible to remember them all. Xin Yanqing. You can just call me Zai Jingjing. Little Jingjing. Are you the type who can make golden things appear? Xin Yanqing, who originally had a big smile on his face. Let me demonstrate what it means for a smile to vanish. Not the gold kind of gold. Is that today's gold? The little mermaid looked somewhat confused. Did not pay attention during lessons under the sea. Do as you wish, I'm tired. At this moment, Jingyu glanced at the dishes being served. His eyes lit up with excitement. Scallops, shrimp, and fish. These are all my favorite foods. But it seems the little mermaid doesn't know how to use chopsticks. Watching them pick up food with chopsticks, he imitated their actions and picked up a pair of chopsticks. The first attempt failed to pick up anything. The second time, the food fell. With a pitiful look, the little mermaid sought help from Xin Yanqing. It was then that Xin Yanqing realized he didn't know how to use chopsticks. The little mermaid glanced at a particular dish. Xin Yanqing picked it up and placed it in his bowl. He asked someone to bring him a spoon, clumsily handling the spoon. Luckily, it can still be eaten. Wait, What's this green stuff? It looks like it wouldn't taste good at all. What is this? The little mermaid fiddled with the vegetable leaves and asked Xing Yanqing. It clearly doesn't look appetizing. Not eating the leafy greens, the little mermaid decisively pushed the vegetable leaves aside. Xing Yanqing's stance was firm. Why are you still being picky about food? I won't eat it. I don't eat grass. I want to eat shrimp. Jinyo's attitude was quite firm as well. How can you expect a mermaid to eat grass? It's all green and leafy. It doesn't look appetizing at all. Grandma Xin used the serving chopsticks to place some shrimp into Jinyo's bowl. Mother also used the serving chopsticks to pick up a piece of fish and placed it into his bowl. If the little one enjoys eating, let them eat more. Jinyu proudly showed off to Xing Yanqian. The shrimp and fish in the bowl were completely gone. Only a single green vegetable leaf was left in the bowl. Luya and that Omega didn't say a word at the dining table. They quietly ate their meal. In reality, Luya was secretly holding back mischief for the little mermaid, insisting on staying at the old house for a night. Xing Yanqian had no choice. After all, when they were about to carry her away, the little mermaid cried and shouted, refusing to leave. Her hands tightly gripped the door frame. Tiny pearls rolled onto the ground one after another. In the end, Grandma Shen let the two of them stay at the old house. At the very end, Xing Yanqian squatted down to pick up the pearls from the floor. Jinyu sat on a chair, watching them gather the pearls. The two of them returned to their room. Jinyu held a small bag, examining the pearls inside. Xing Yanqing walked ahead and opened the door to see someone standing inside the room, apparently in the middle of taking off their clothes. Hearing the sound of the door opening, Xiao hurriedly put on his clothes. Why are you here? Xing Yanqing recognized. This was the person Luya brought over today. He appeared in his room. Is there even a need to think about it? This is your room. Sorry, my apologies. Xiao hurriedly got dressed in a fluster. Jinyu noticed that Xing Yanqian ahead had stopped walking. He had promised that Xiao Bao would tiptoe to check what was going on, but all he saw was the same Xiao from this morning in the room, then hurriedly leaving in a panic. It really left people puzzled. Honey, my legs are tired from walking. Rubbing his legs, Jinyu lay sprawled on the bed, calling out to Xing Yanqian, who was changing clothes nearby. Second brother said, if you're tired, you can ask him to massage you. If he refuses, just throw the little pearl at him to teach him a lesson. It seems like second brother might have been mistaken. Once Xing Yanqian finished dressing, he came over to help massage his legs. Jinyu glanced at the little pearl in his bag. It felt completely useless now. Xing Yanqian, are you this kind to everyone else too? Jinyu leaned in closely to observe Xing Yanqian. Meanwhile, Xing Yanqian lowered his gaze and began massaging Jinyu's legs. He didn't notice anything at all. The little mermaid who had leaned closer heard his words. He lifted his head to look at him, realizing how close he was to him. No, Xing Yanqian responded to his question firmly. The two of them moved even closer. It seemed as if Xing Yanqian just needed to lift his head, and they would be face to face. School is about to start soon. You need to attend classes at school. Jinyu, who was originally very close, heard Xing Yanqing's words, immediately pulled back his leg, ran off to stand aside, disliking Xing Yanqing for having no sense of boundaries. It must have been his older brother who secretly told him that I like skipping classes when I was under the sea. That's why he said he would send me to school. I won't go. And Jinyo's attitude was firm in not going either. He folded his arms across his chest. Xing Yanqing withdrew his hand. He stared at him with an expressionless face. Jinyu felt a chill run down his spine under his gaze. I've already signed you up. Your eldest brother signed you up. Jinyu was taken aback. He pulled out his phone from his bag and called his eldest brother. What's wrong, little one? Missing your big brother? Missing you? Not a chance. Did you enroll me in school? Jing Yan agreed. Skipping class underwater and thinking you won't get caught? Do you really think you can't be caught on land either? I don't agree. I'm not going. If you want to go by yourself. I heard the school cafeteria at noon has all kinds of delicious food. Then I'll go and cater to their tastes. Jing Yan really understands well. After ending the call, Jing Yu lay on the bed blowing bubbles. Xing Yanqian grabbed his clothes and went into the bathroom to take a shower. Jing Yu heard the sound of running water inside. He immediately sat up on the bed. It wouldn't hurt to sneak a peek, right? Jing Yu shook his head again. No, that's not right. This is my husband after all. If I'm going to look, I should do it openly and confidently. As he spoke, Jing Yu walked over and opened the door. He strode in confidently. He noticed Xing Yanqian's abs while looking down at himself. It's just a section, not much to see. Husband, Let me touch. Jingyu stared at Xinyanquan's abs. His eyes sparkled with excitement. Xinyanquan was startled by Jingyu's sudden entrance, but then he noticed the little mermaid staring at his abs, drooling at the sight. A faint smile involuntarily curved her lips. Jingyu watched him remain silent. He simply took it as his silent agreement, walking over to bite into his abs, wondering what it would feel like. The little mermaid couldn't stop drooling uncontrollably, since they were already inside. Why not do it together? The little mermaid realized her legs seemed to be transforming into a tail, urging Xinyanquan to place her into the bathtub. After quickly filling the water, Jinyu submerged himself in the water. Bubbles rose to the surface one after another. Xinyanquan finished washing up. Jinyu still hadn't had enough fun. Husband, can I touch your tail later? Xinyanquan got dressed. He heard the little mermaid's words, and shook his head to turn down the request. But when he looked back at him, Jinyu's eyes welled up with tears once again. Is this person made of water? Why are there so many tears? Fine, I'll let you touch it. Jinyu happily wagged his tail. The water splashed up from his tail, and drenched Xinyanquan completely. Xinyanquan looked at him helplessly. The little mermaid turned his head away awkwardly, avoiding his gaze. Xinyanquan picked him up in his arms. The little mermaid's tail was wrapped around him. Once on the bed, it turned into legs. Jinyu began bouncing around wildly on the bed. Xinyanquan watched the little mermaid, who seemed to be losing his mind, and felt an unexpected sense of helplessness. Let him do as he pleases. As long as he doesn't start crying, it's fine. Getting ready to sleep, Xinyanquan climbed onto the bed. With one big motion, he scooped up Jinyu and tucked the lively little guy into the blanket, falling asleep while holding him. I'm not tired. Jinyu looked at him with a pair of blue eyes, holding the tail Xinyanquan had groomed for him in his hands. You're tired. But Xinyanquan completely ignored it. It's unreasonable to stay awake after being given the tail. I'll take you to the company to have fun tomorrow. Hearing there was something fun, the little mermaid, who was tired, immediately obediently closed his eyes and fell asleep. Waited until he was sound asleep. Xinyanquan tucked his tail away, turned off the lights and held his little mermaid as he fell asleep. When getting closer, Xinyanquan always felt that his little mermaid's body carried a faint floral fragrance. It wasn't overpowering. It smelled pleasant, and he dreamed again of a little fish swimming back and forth in front of him, and suddenly, it lunged and bit him. Xinyanquan woke up in pain, seeing Jinyu lying flat against his stomach, biting down fiercely. Xinyanquan sat up halfway, called out to Jinyu to wake him up. A drowsy Jinyu opened his eyes. The fish in his dream had gotten away. His own frustration made his teeth grind. But then he noticed the teeth marks on Xinyanquan's stomach. He pointed at the marks in disbelief, looking at Xinyanquan, then pointed back at himself. Seeing Xinyanquan nod his head, immediately hid away. I knew something was off about the taste, Jinyu muttered softly. Xinyanquan heard it loud and clear. His expression instantly darkened, biting and then complaining about the taste being wrong. Last night, when I saw it, my mouth was watering. Were you thinking about whether you could take a bite? Get down. Xinyanquan patted Jinyu, who was still lying on top of him. The little mermaid glanced at him, smiling awkwardly for a moment, then went back under the covers. Are you up yet? The door was knocked on. The mother asked the two of them from outside. You were under the covers again, pretending to still be asleep. Xinyanquan glanced at him afterward, got up and opened the door. Where's the little one? Mother glanced inside. She only saw the lump on the bed, and immediately knew he probably wasn't awake yet. After I woke him up, I headed downstairs. Mother gave Xinyanquan a light slap. Xinyanquan was completely confused. He looked at his mother in bewilderment. You brat, let the little one sleep a bit longer. For the first time, Xinyanquan felt utterly speechless. It was also the first time experiencing my mother's double standards. Today, I promised Jinyan that I would take her to the company. Pretending to sleep, Jinyu immediately sat up. The two people at the door looked at the person sitting up in bed. Big brother must have taken a liking to my little pearl. Not going. This is clearly someone who's been tricked too many times. At that moment, Jinyu's phone started ringing. When looking toward the door, Xinyanquan had already wheeled his mother away. No one came to save me. Sob, my little pearl might not be safe again. Big brother Jinyu answered the call. Jinyan got straight to the point. Brother, big brother is missing you. Come visit big brother's company soon. I refuse. He must be trying to take my little pearl to keep as a collectible again. In the past, I definitely would have given it, but now I know how valuable the little pearl is. There's absolutely no way to give it. The little one has grown up. Doesn't even think about his brother anymore. When Jinyan said this, Jin quickly added to the conversation. After agreeing, hearing the elder brother chuckle softly, it was only then that I realized I had been tricked again. I heard the little one has pink pearls, and also red pearls. Big brother, I just knew it. I knew it all along. You want my pearls again, to add to your collection. I'm going to tell my sister-in-law. Hey, don't do that. Let's talk this through calmly. Jinyu stood with one hand on his hip, holding a phone in the other, sitting on the bed. He pondered over what to ask his older brother for later. What does Yao want? The big brother has already arranged it for you. Of course, really? Then I must listen carefully to Jinyo's requests. Afraid of missing even a single word, he says. But if it's a request to move his shell bed over by myself, I wouldn't even think twice before refusing. Go check out Dad's treasure vault. See if there's anything good and bring me some. Your younger brother has been short on spending money lately. Jin Yen double-checked once more. Oh, my dear brother, you might run out of money. That single pearl is worth tens of millions. He said he was short on cash. Did Xinyanchen not give you any money? Speaking of this, Jingyu got upset. He handed me a rectangular object. I went out shopping. They said there was no way to use a card. Then why don't you pay with your phone? If I pay with my phone, do I need to hand it over to them? Will they give my phone back to me afterward? For the first time, Jin Yen felt his brother was unbelievably foolish. After ending the call, he sat in his seat and thought it through carefully for a while. It seems like I need to start learning from the first grade again. After coming to a decision, he nodded firmly. He took out his phone to send a message to Xing Yanqing. He only started working after receiving Xing Yanqing's reply. After finishing his meal, Xing Yanqing went upstairs to wake Jingyu up. When he opened the door, he saw Jingyu sprawled on the bed like a worm. Jingyu closed the door and took a moment to regain his composure at the doorway. It must have been the wrong way to open the door just now. Xing Yanqing opened the door again. What greeted him was a messy bed. The culprit, Jingyu, was still causing havoc on the bed. What are you doing? Jingyu sat up and looked toward the doorway. Tears immediately welled up in his eyes, started shedding tiny pearls. Xing Yanqing noticed the little mermaid dropping pearls, began reflecting on himself. Could it be that his tone earlier was too harsh? Why are you being so harsh? Oh, even the little baby voice came out. Wasn't being harsh. Just telling you to come downstairs for dinner. Are there shrimp? Are there? Jinyu immediately got out of bed, wanting to dash downstairs, but was scooped back by Xing Yanqing, who stood by the door with one hand. Why did you bare your little sharp teeth in a playful way, Jinyu? Put on your shoes, wash your face and brush your teeth. Jinyu softly murmured an acknowledgement. After putting on his shoes, he went to the bathroom and stared blankly at the mirror. Xing Yanchen was tidying up the bed. He heard Jinyu calling him from the bathroom. Thinking something might have happened, he walked over to ask what was wrong. Can this be eaten? Xing Yanchen looked in the direction he was pointing. Toothpaste is not meant to be eaten. Jinyu let out a soft, disappointed "oh." Xing Yanchen felt like he was hearing things. He vaguely thought he detected a hint of disappointment. I'm not planning to leave. Xing Yanchen turned back again, squeezed the toothpaste out, told Jinyu to open his mouth. What are you doing? You're not planning to pry my teeth, are you? Xing Yanchen looked completely puzzled. Let me brush your teeth for you. Open your mouth. Jinyu opened his mouth. Xing Yanchen assisted him with brushing his teeth, thinking to himself, did I just marry a little ancestor? Don't swallow the mouthwash. Just as Jinyu was about to swallow it, Xing Yanchen reminded him. Then he spit out the water. Jinyu gently touched his lips. People say online, husbands should always give their wives a good morning kiss and a good night kiss. So she thought she should have one too. Xing Yanchen gave her a brief kiss on the lips. Then he took her downstairs for breakfast. Jinyu sat in her seat, waiting for Xing Yanchen to bring breakfast over. She watched. Jinyu picked up a shrimp dumpling with her fork and popped it into her mouth. It tasted absolutely delicious. Xing Yanqing handed her the chopsticks. Jinyu was chewing on the shrimp dumpling. She looked up at him with a puzzled expression, trying to learn how to use chopsticks. Jinyu shook her head. After swallowing the shrimp dumpling, she spoke. I don't want to, I can't do it. Forks are just fine. Jinyu pushed the chopsticks far away. They just look really difficult. I'm not going to bother learning. Forks are definitely more practical. Every time you use a fork, it works perfectly. Xing Yanchen listened to his words, thinking that using chopsticks shouldn't be too difficult. Got it. Xing Yanchen called his assistant to ask him to buy a pair of chopsticks for beginners. The assistant, who had just come back from the sea not long ago, received a call from Xing Yanchen, paused for a moment, thinking, no way. It's been such a short time. They already have a child. The assistant is a clownfish. Beta scratched his head, feeling a bit surprised. The lady boss doesn't know how to use chopsticks. Turns out the reason to hurry was because the lady boss can't use chopsticks. Back when they were underwater, they had already heard about the legendary stories of the lady boss. As the only and most cherished member of the merfolk, the most mischievous merman, Jinyu is truly daring beyond belief. As long as it's an idea he comes up with, as long as no one stops him, he can go ahead and do it. Being a merman who skips classes every day, there are many things he doesn't know. He rarely goes to the land, so everything there feels novel to him. Jinyu staying in the old residence, reluctantly following Xinyanchen out the door, sighing incessantly while getting into the car, taking out the pearls prepared for the elder brother, placing them into a bag, Xinyanchen listening to the little mermaid's sighs all along the way. Arriving at the base of Jinyan's company building, Jinyu let out a heavy sigh before stepping out of the car. Lifting his head, he gazed up at the towering building. Honey, if I fell from here, would I end up smashed like a pile of fish mush? Xinyanchen, after parking the car, walked over and heard Jinyu asking him this question, then pretended to think for a moment before nodding. It's terrifying. It's absolutely terrifying. I'm not going. Jinyu turned around, ready to leave. Where are you going, little one? Jinyu stopped in his tracks when he heard the familiar voice, and came to a halt, turned around and broke into a radiant smile. Could it be that second brother saw it wrong? I didn't go anywhere at all. Xinyanchen gave a light smile. The little mermaid, who was just about to run away, suddenly had a beaming smile, showed no sign of sighing or complaining in the car, arrived but didn't go up. You're not thinking of escaping, are you? I absolutely did not. Isn't this about waiting for my dear second brother to come pick me up? Jingyu approached with a flattering demeanor. Jingli led the way ahead. The little mermaid ran up to Xinyanchen, opened their arms, signaling Jingyu to walk on their own. Jingli turned around, caught sight of Jingyu trying to slack off. Second brother, let's go. Xinyanchen scooped Jingyu up horizontally. Jingyu happily gave Xin a kiss. Yanchen's face. Whenever dad treats mom like this, mom always gets shy, and then she feels happy. The koi let out a sigh, and simply went along with them. Xinyanchen spoke up. He couldn't say much about it himself. This younger brother has been spoiled since childhood. Even a little grievance would make him shed tiny tears. So this is the richest fish in the family, yet he keeps pretending to be poor every day. Arrived at Jin Yan's office, Jin handed over the prepared pearls again. Jin Yan glanced at it, carefully put away the prepared items and handed them over. Honey, what is this? Got the candied hawthorn. Jingyu happily ran to Xinyanchen to ask him. Jing Yan and Jingli heard their younger brother's way of addressing. A mouthful of water sprayed out. How long has it even been? Already calling him husband. Candied hawthorns are delicious. Xinyanchen didn't even look. The two of them opened the package and handed it to Jingyu. Jingyu is always eager to try unfamiliar things. Took the candied hawthorn Xinyanchen handed over, carefully gave it a small lick. The sweet Jingyu of today is no longer the mischievous one skipping classes in the deep sea. Jingyu now knows the value of his pearl. The little mermaid has become quite clever these days. Big brother thought he could settle it with just one candied hawthorn skewer. How could that be acceptable? Brother, do you really think one candied hawthorn stick is enough to fool me? At least two are required. Jingyan breathed a sigh of relief. His little brother was still the same as before, still very naive. Xinyanchen stood nearby listening. He smiled without saying a word. The little mermaid had no idea how much money she had. Any one of these pearls could easily be traded for a lot of candied hawthorns. Ask your husband to buy them for you. When Jingyu heard Jingli say that, he suddenly remembered that his own husband was sitting next to him. I already had some today. I'll buy it for you to eat tomorrow. All right. And that candy too. You didn't give me any to eat yesterday. Jingli felt like there was something wrong with his hearing. Is this still the same younger brother who acts like a little troublemaker every day? Xinyanchen agreed with him. Jingyu sat there happily eating the candied hawthorn. Jingyan looked at his younger brother's completely unrestrained behavior, and frowned slightly, then shook his head with a sigh. Jingli, on the other hand, was quite delighted. Finally found someone who could keep Jingyu in check? How are the arrangements for Jingyu's schooling going? Jingyu, who was eating a candied hawthorn, paused mid-bite, looked at his big brother in disbelief. School? I'm an 18-year-old baby, you know. I can't go. I can't go. Is there any way I don't have to go? Jingyu asked Jingli with hopeful anticipation. But he didn't hear the answer he was hoping for. His little face immediately fell in disappointment. He turned back and looked at Xinyanchen with questioning eyes, and then turned to Jingli again. The answers he got were all a firm no. Oh dear Jingyu. Those worthless tears started falling one by one like pearls. Xinyanchen was startled. Jingyan and Jingli have already gotten used to it. Stop crying, stop crying. Xinyanchen frantically tried tried to comfort. But these tears seemed to flow endlessly. Yanqing, how are you going to handle kids in the future? Jingli, seeing him so flustered, couldn't help but tease him. But Yanqing had no mood to respond to her at all. He kept trying to soothe Jinyu. The tears just kept falling non-stop. The secretary came in to deliver the documents. Nearly slipped after stepping on a pearl. Stop crying, Jin Yan called out. Jinyu immediately stopped crying, curled up in Yanqing's arms, sobbing softly. Yanqing held the little mermaid, comforting her, thinking about how long he had been trying to console her. Yet it wasn't as effective as Jin Yan saying a single word. Is it really impossible not to go? No, Jin Yu received a firm response. Could only hide in Yanqing's embrace. Big brother and second brother are both troublemakers. My husband gives me delicious food. Could be considered a good person, I suppose. Jin Yu held on to Yanqing without saying a word. On the surface, it seemed like sadness, but in reality, she was thinking about what to eat later. I'll take her back first. Yanqing took the opportunity to pick her up. Jinyu held onto her tightly. The neck brushed gently. Jinyan softly took a sniff. Yanqing carried Jinyu away. Yanqing, is it really impossible for you to skip school? I truly don't want to go to school. After placing Jinyu into the car, Yanqing got in and closed the car door. Jinyu leaned over and tugged at his jacket. Then answer one question for me, and I won't make you go. Jinyu nodded repeatedly. If I were to write my own name, of course I would know how. Explain it to me. What is 20 plus 30? Jinyu was completely stunned. Did the teacher teach this? It seems like it wasn't taught. No, that's not right. I wasn't paying attention in class. Can only handle numbers within 10. If you're unaware, shouldn't you go to school and study? What if you get tricked while buying delicious food? You're listening to him again. It seems there's some sense to it. Nodded in agreement. However, on the day the little mermaid was sent to the doorstep, looking at the school gate, for a moment, wanted to run away. Had just taken a step when the eldest brother blocked the way, getting ready to escape from another direction, only to be blocked by the second brother again. Humph. I can't afford to provoke him, but I can avoid him. The little mermaid took a step back, preparing to retreat back into the car, but Yanqing locked the car door. Jinyu was on the verge of tears, pouting with a twitch of the mouth, sniffling and blinking tearfully. Jinyu let out a heavy sigh. It seems there's no escaping today. Who needs someone to follow them to school anyway? Oh, turns out it's me, the youngest one. The little mermaid felt quite proud at this thought. After all, being that special little mermaid has its perks. Back when they were under the sea, everyone else went to school on their own, accompanying Jinyu to the Omega Academy to handle paperwork. The teacher asked if participation in the military training was necessary. Should there be two different voices emerging? The teacher found themselves in a dilemma. The little mermaid stomped her foot angrily. I absolutely don't want to attend the military training. Jing Yan and Jing Li stood united on the same front. Jing Yu and Yanqing were undoubtedly aligned. Yanqing had his own selfish motives. He simply wanted to hold the little mermaid in his arms every night as he slept. Military training means having to stay overnight. Staying overnight means no cuddling. It's my wife's turn now, and it's so hot outside. Seeing them standing at attention under the blazing sun, it looks so exhausting. What if they end up dried out like little fish? No, absolutely not. I can't agree with this. But judging by the determined expressions on the eldest and second brothers' faces, the teacher, trembling slightly, suggested trying it out for just one day. If it doesn't work, we won't go again. The three alphas in front of him. The aura they exuded was overwhelmingly terrifying. No wonder the principal ran off right after dragging me here. Who could possibly handle this? Jin Yen gave it some serious thought, and decided it was doable. Yanqing also nodded in agreement. No one noticed. The little mermaid's head was swaying dizzily. Have you all completely given up on caring whether I live or die? Yanqing took the sorrowful little mermaid to get some clothes. Jinyu pouted in grievance. Attending school is one thing, but now I even have to go through military training. I might as well be made into dried fish instead. Alright. If you keep pouting, your little pearls might fall off soon. How about I touch your tail tonight? Would that cheer you up? The little mermaid immediately lit up with joy upon hearing this. It had been such a long time since anyone touched its tail. The last time I touched it was last night before falling asleep. Every night. I can only fall asleep while hugging a fluffy tail. If I don't get it, I'll cry. Go change into your clothes. I'll take you to the sports field. Yanqing handed the military training uniform to Jingyu. Jingyu unfolded the military training uniform with a puzzled expression, looking here and there. I don't know how to do it. Yanqing felt a headache. For a moment, he forgot that Jingyu was just a clumsy little fish. Some clothes were too complicated for him to figure out how to wear, so he would bring them over and ask for help putting them on. Sometimes, He wouldn't even bother wearing clothes. He would just bring the clothes along with him. Stepping into the fitting room, Li Jingyu obediently took off his clothes and waited for Xun Yanchen to help him put them on. Husband, can you hold my tail and give it a gentle touch? Xun Yanchen was being pulled along by the little mermaid, with a sticky and coquettish tone. Even Xun Yanchen found it hard to resist. The little mermaid, who hadn't gotten the tail yet, became teary and whiny. Eyes brimming with tears stared at Xun Yanchen. Xun Yanchen had no choice but to release the tail. The tail hadn't even reached Jinyu yet, when Jinyu suddenly lunged forward. Xun Yanchen, watching the little mermaid, completely focused on its own tail, initially wanting to release calming pheromones, but then considering, what if the little mermaid gets even more intoxicated? The afternoon military training is not something to be taken lightly. No, absolutely not. Such a delicate youngest child. I must take good care of them. So in the afternoon, one could see the dignified Mr. Shen skipping work, holding a water cup, along with a towel and some candy, sitting on a chair on the sports field, constantly watching the little mermaid in a certain formation. During the break, the little mermaid leapt into Xun Yanchen's arms, drinking water from the cup in big gulps. Honey, can we go home, please? Jinyu felt that if this kept going on, he was about to dry out like a fish, clutching Xun Yanchen's arm. The coquettish tone made Xun Yanchen find it hard to resist. All right, I'll take you home right now. Husband, carry me. The little mermaid waited for Xun Yanchen to pick her up. After standing in a military stance for so long, her legs felt sore and achy. She couldn't walk anymore. Xun Yanchen walked back, handing the little mermaid the items in his hands. He reached out and lifted her into his arms. Xun Yanchen, why are you so handsome? Jinyu carefully examined Xun Yanchen's face. In the end, only one word came to mind to praise him. Xun Yanchen walked over. He reached out and scooped up the little mermaid by the waist, and somehow ended up receiving an unexpected smack. Why is my wife hitting me out of nowhere? Mom said compliments should be followed by some practical actions. Back then, she even demonstrated it with Dad for me. The little mermaid looked into Xun Yanchen's eyes, blinking innocently and without a care. What followed was a burst of silly laughter. Why should I argue with a naive little mermaid? Xun Yanchen quickly convinced himself, completely unaware that he was engaging in self-persuasion. What mistakes could my wife possibly have? My wife is just an adorable little mermaid after all, though my face does sting quite a bit. Once inside the car, he had Xun Yanchen take off the jacket of his military training uniform again. When Xun Yanchen finally untied her, the feeling of being restrained vanished completely. The impulsive little mermaid was back to her usual self. Honey, I want to team up with my second brother and make a splash in the music industry. What do you think of this idea? Do you even know how to sing? Xun Yanchen posed a critical question. Are you kidding me? My ancestors as little mermaids were the best singers in the entire ocean. Let me sing a song for you. Xun Yanchen was honored to be the first audience member. Under Xun Yanchen's expectant gaze, the little mermaid delivered a beautiful melody. In your heart, you truly are the one and only. Love means I'll always be by your side. Oh baby, say sweet words a little more often. When you miss me, just take another look at me. Show a little more effort. Make it possible for me to truly see. Fortunately, Xun Yanchen stopped it just in time. Xun Yanchen rubbed his own ear. Almost thought I was going to go deaf. How did I sing? You sang beautifully. Don't sing like that next time. The little mermaid thought Xun Yanchen was praising her. She happily shook her little head. Then I'll sing for my husband every day. Xun Yanchen remained silent. Could it be that he had misspoken, leading the little mermaid to misunderstand his praise for his singing? Indeed, his singing was so beautiful. If he sang every day, his voice might end up hurting. Next time he sees his elder brothers, he should sing for them. They are bound to enjoy it. As someone who values fairness like Xun Yanchen, he felt this kind of challenge should include Jing Yan and Jing Li as well. The little mermaid happily agreed to the suggestion. My husband said so himself. He must be completely captivated by his own enchanting singing voice. As soon as the little mermaid got home, she eagerly rushed up to the second floor. She dove straight into the water. The moment Xun Yanchen stepped through the door, he got splashed all over by the water that suddenly burst out. What are you doing with the water splashing all over? Xun Yanchen's tone carried a hint of frustration. The little mermaid poked her head out of the water, blowing bubbles in confusion. She couldn't understand, completely unaware how big of a splash had just been made. About to give the little mermaid a lesson, Xun Yanchen looked at Jinyu in the water and felt a pang of reluctance. You are a graceful little mermaid. Try not to make such big movements when entering the water. Look, the floor is soaked. Why are you being so harsh? Jinyu swam back into the water and mercilessly shut the big shell. Xun Yanchen actually scolded me. I didn't do anything at all. Why would he scold me? As the little mermaid thought about it, tears began to fall. Tiny pearls dropped one by one into the water. Xin Yanqing went downstairs and opened the room. He wanted to comfort the little mermaid, but when he saw the closed shell, he immediately realized the little mermaid was upset. Could it be that he had been too harsh earlier? Xin Yanqing tapped on the glass, trying to coax the little mermaid out of the shell, but after knocking for a long time, he still couldn't see the little mermaid anywhere, leaving him no choice. He went to the refrigerator to grab some candy, and returned to the second floor. Sweetheart, I brought your favorite candy. Xin Yanqing sat on the ground calling into the water. Jingyu reminded himself, even though he really wanted to eat. But don't be fooled. It's his fault for being mean to me, thinking you can bribe me with just one piece of candy. That's impossible. At least 2 pieces are necessary. Hey, how about coming out now? I even brought you a piece of cake. Jingyu, who had originally closed his eyes to meditate, immediately opened his eyes when he heard about the cake. He quickly opened his eyes at once, pushed aside the shell and swam to the surface. Cake, here I come. Jingyu, who finally got to enjoy his little cake, was lifted up by Xin Yanqing. While in his arms, he enjoyed the little cake. It was an indescribably joyful moment. Xin Yanqing's steps toward the living room came to a halt. His handsome face was smeared with cake layers and covered in cream. Xin Yanqing had just placed the little mermaid on the sofa, getting ready to wash his face. But who would have expected the sound of a successful unlock coming from the other side of the door? Immediately after, the door was pushed open. Ha, bro. What kind of look is this? Xin Yanqing caught sight of Xin Yanqing's face and couldn't hold back her laughter. This was the very first time seeing her brother like this. She had to document it. As soon as she captured the first photo, Xin Yanqing called out her name. Go with your sister-in-law. I'll go wash my face. Xin Yanqing watched her brother walk away. She scooted over to sit next to Jinyu. She started with the reason she came today. Sister-in-law, do you want to go out with me? Will Xin Yanqing go too? Xin Yanqing shook her head. How could I dare to ask him to come along? Right now, it's practically risking one's life. Coaxed his sister-in-law to join him for the show recording. In that case, I'm not going. If Xin Yanqing isn't involved, there's no way I'm going. However, before Xin Yan came in, he had already mapped out a plan. He explained to the little mermaid that this would mean skipping school. The moment the little mermaid heard she didn't have to attend school, she fell for it right away, excitedly agreeing she wanted to go. And so, the little mermaid, still confused and unaware, ended up following Xin Yan out the door. After getting into the car, Xin Yanjing immediately called his agent. Hello, little Jingjing, do you have a tail? The call hadn't been disconnected yet. The agent, Brother Zhuang, heard the sound from the other side. He almost spat out the water he was drinking. What on earth is little Jingjing? And that soft and sweet voice. Are you even an adult? I am a white cat. Of course there is. Is your tail fluffy, like Xin Yanqing's? No, my lifespan takes after my mom, but he takes after my dad. My dad has 1 tail. Who knew my brother was born with 9 tails? No, not Xin Yanqing. I'm not going, since there's no tail to touch. This is only halfway there. The little mermaid is already ready to quit. Xin Yan was immediately anxious upon hearing this. Please, my little darling, can you do me this favor? You don't have to go to school, and you can enjoy lots of delicious food. See, isn't this such a good deal? But still, there's no tail to touch. Sister-in-law, I'm begging you to help me out. The money I got will be used to buy you some ice cream. How does that sound? Does the ice cream taste good? If it tastes good, then alright. I'll do this favor for you. After listening to the entire story from Zhuangge, it feels like the whole world has turned surreal. This little troublemaker went to cheer up another little troublemaker. And this little troublemaker happens to be Xin Yanqing's partner, the great and fearsome king of hell. So, here's the conclusion. Make sure to take good care of that little troublemaker, better than anything else. But in the next moment, Zhuangge noticed the person coming up behind Xin Yanjing. The words he planned to say suddenly got stuck in his throat. Xin Yanjing had no idea what was going on, but seeing her sister-in-law happily run past her, she immediately figured out who it was. The little mermaid ran so fast, she nearly stumbled. Luckily, Xin Yanqing caught her in his arms with quick steps, snuggled closer in her arms. Xin Yanjing stood frozen in place, too scared to move. After shouting, she lowered her head, bracing for a scolding. Zhuang had long disappeared without a trace. You've got some nerve. I was wrong, bro. Darling, Xiao Jingjing said she could come over without needing to attend school. And there's so much delicious food too. But there's no tail of hubby's to touch. The little mermaid nestled in Xin Yanqing's arms, talking about what Xin Yanqing said to herself. The colleague complained with a sense of grievance. Then just go with him. But he said he would buy me something. Bing Bing eats the little mermaid. He didn't even remember at all. Xin Yanqing mentioned in the car about buying something for herself. Only remembered that the first character was Bing. You even thought about buying ice for your sister-in-law. It's ice cream. Xin Yanqing quietly tried to justify herself, but was instantly silenced by a single intimidating glance from Xin Yanqing. Why are you so easily fooled? If someone offers you food, would you just follow them like that? I could grab the food and run away instead. This remark made Xin Yanqing burst into laughter. He flicked Jin Yu's forehead lightly. Jin Yu winced from the sting, clutching his forehead, and glared at him angrily. What are you doing here? Speaking with a tone that showed pain. Little pearls began to drop onto the grass one after another. Yao Yao, why does it feel like your pearls never stop falling every day? After saying that, she turned her head and spoke to Xin Yanqing. Pick up the pearls. Xin Yanqing, who was standing nearby, heard someone calling out. She walked over and started picking up the pearls. After gathering them, she didn't forget to check if any were left behind. This is all money after all. He didn't bring his wife back. That must mean it's agreed, right? At this moment, the director just walked out of the tent. He saw Xin Yanqing sitting in the chair, holding a man in his arms. Isn't Xin Yanqing supposed to be the egg? It's a good thing they invited Xin Yanqing. Xin Yanqing brought his brother along. This episode with Xin Yanqing is really worth watching. Did your brother agree to the filming? The director leaned close to Xin Yanqing and asked him quietly. Xin Yanqing was initially quite puzzled, but after hearing what the director said to him, he became even more confused. What exactly did my brother agree to? You don't think my brother is joining me for the recording, do you? Isn't that the case? At this moment, it was the director's turn to be confused. Xin Yanqing wasn't here for the recording. Could it be that man? Who is that man? My sister-in-law and he have already gotten their marriage certificate. The director was so startled that he started stuttering. What earth-shattering secret did I hear today? The rumored cold and indifferent Xin Yanqing got married. So the rumors were just rumors after all. I had already been tricked into leaving, but my brother ended up chasing after me. Now I'm going to get scolded when I get home. We're going to be filming for an entire day and night. What do you mean an entire day and night? Isn't it just one day? Xin Yanqing suddenly remembered the moment when the contract was signed that day. She hadn't even bothered to carefully read the contents of the contract. Brother, why don't you head back first? I promise I'll send your wife back to you without a single scratch. The shoot really is scheduled for a full day and night. The more Xin Yanqing spoke, the less confident she felt, thinking that this time, things were truly over for her. Is your husband going back? The little mermaid clung tightly to Xin Yanqing, refusing to let go. Upon hearing what Xiao Jingjing said, tears instantly welled up in her round eyes. Sister-in-law, we also have to film tonight. Brother still needs to go to the office tomorrow morning. I don't care if my husband isn't around. It's just that there's no tail to touch. The little mermaid isn't foolish at all. The little mermaid is actually quite clever. Xin Yanqing was completely at a loss. The shoot is about to start soon. What if my sister-in-law refuses to cooperate at this moment? Where could we possibly find someone else? How about I come to pick you up after the recording tonight? We'll head back tomorrow morning. Will there be a little tail to snuggle tonight? Why not go out and have some fun? Xin Yanqing patted Jin Yu on the head. The next moment, he turned to Xin Yanqing and spoke. If you get injured, you could lose your leg. At this moment, the staff adjusted the equipment, started the live stream. The next second, as viewers opened the stream, they saw a figure dash by. Judging by the silhouette, it must be a beauty. The anticipation keeps growing. This episode is bound to be amazing. I want to see the person who just ran by. Cameraman, quickly point the camera at him. Jing Yu seemed unsure of what he saw. He turned back and looked at his phone repeatedly. Suddenly, he came in for a close-up attack. Oh my, why is he so adorable? She gazed into her blue eyes. It felt as though being immersed in the ocean. Noticing her white hair, she was already an elegant beauty with a cold demeanor. I never expected it to be so adorable. Mom, I think I'm falling in love. Xiao Jingjing, what is this? Is it something edible? Or not? Xin Yanqing heard Jingyu calling her. She was too lazy to correct how he addressed her. As long as he's happy, that's all that matters. But it kind of looks like chocolate. Jingyu had eaten it once before. It tasted so good that he remembered exactly what it was like. Xin Yanqing walked over, saw Jingyu pointing at a phone, whose phone case is shaped like chocolate. The moment Xin Yanqing saw it, she was instantly flustered. She grabbed Jingyu and tried to leave. Having witnessed it before, Jingyu once left bite marks on a metal rod. I was still wondering who Xiao Jingjing was. Turns out it was my brother Jing. Haha. The fin in his hair. He is a merman that's so rare to come across. I actually saw a merman, such an adorable merman. How about coming into your big sister's arms? Big sister has plenty of chocolate. Oh no, why did the screen go black? Xinyanjing failed to hold on to Jingyu. Jingyu bit off a corner of the phone. If it's not sweet, it's no good. My phone. A staff member came over sobbing. Noticed the phone lying on the ground, completely destroyed. It was the phone. Jingyu was startled. Wasn't that chocolate? Xinyanjing no longer wanted to say anything. The sister-in-law seemed a bit naive, but her naivety was endearing. Stop crying, I'll stay with you. Jingyu realized that the phone had been damaged by her own bite. She pulled out a white pearl from her small bag. She handed it over to the staff. Is this enough? Jingyu had no idea how much the phone cost, but she knew her little pearl was worth a great deal of money. The staff was stunned at the sight of the pearl. This compensation seems a bit excessive. Xinyanjing was completely exasperated. Just one of these pearls could buy so many phones. What's wrong with your sister-in-law? As long as your sister-in-law is happy. The little mermaid happily skipped away to play elsewhere. The matter of you getting the pearl today. I hope you won't mention it to anyone. I won't say anything. Absolutely, absolutely. The live stream has resumed. Jean stood next to Xinyanjing, glancing left, and then looking right at his brother. Could I touch your ears for a moment? Sister-in-law, you shouldn't just want to touch everyone you see. If my brother sees this, he'll kill me. You can't touch a rabbit's ears. A rabbit Omega. Zhili hid behind his brother, the white tiger Alpha. Behind Jishi, a head quietly peeked out, observing the person who wanted to touch their ears. Sister-in-law, I'd like to live a bit longer, please. Xinyanjing let out a roar. Jinyu glanced at him. Her eyes instantly filled with tears. Xiao Jingjing, why are you yelling so loudly? Even Xinyanjing never shouted at me like that. Sister-in-law, I'm sorry. It's my fault. We will stand properly. Let's get ready to start, alright. But the recording had already begun. Jinyu obediently stood next to Xinyanjing. But soon, they moved closer to Zhili again. I want to touch the bunny's ears. At that moment, Jingyu was participating in a live broadcast with Xinyanjing. The director was explaining the game rules in front of the camera. The elephant spun in place 5 times, then ran straight to the platform. The first place winner got to choose their house first. Let me do it, sister-in-law. How about I handle it instead? Little Jingjing, you don't trust me. Jingyu puffed up his cheeks, clearly upset. Alright, fine, you do it if you can. The little mermaid hopped and skipped to the starting position. Xinyanjing had already prepared for the worst. The race began. Jingyu stood at the starting line and began spinning wildly. Sister-in-law, run forward. Xinyanjing stood there anxiously and shouted out. Only after hearing the voice did Jingyu remember what he was supposed to do. Dashed forward into the distance. Ran the wrong way, sister-in-law. What do you mean ran the wrong way? When the meal was announced, Jingyu ran even harder. Xinyanjing crouched in place, completely at a loss. She slapped her forehead, wondering why she had asked her sister-in-law to come along. He kept running forward without stopping. The little mermaid ran so fast that even the cameraman couldn't keep up. In the end, the staff had to ride a bike to bring the little mermaid back. No wonder I kept running for so long without seeing the platform. Jingyu muttered softly. Xinyanjing heard it and felt utterly helpless. You ran in the wrong direction. How could you possibly see the platform like that? I'd like to interview this teacher. Jingji called out to run. You ran the wrong way, and yet you're running even faster. Xiao Jingjing was shouting that you were going the wrong way. I thought it was time to eat. There's no doubt about it. Jinyu took first place. But the director, out of fear of Xinyanwang, made a concession, and temporarily assigned Jingyu to a luxurious room. Upon stepping through the main entrance, Jingyu noticed that both sides of the house were lined with a variety of flowers, competing in beauty and brilliance. Xiao Jingjing, can this be eaten? After Xinyanjing put everything in its place, she got ready to respond to his question. Who would have thought he'd suddenly turn his head? Jingyu unexpectedly plucked a petal. He said he was about to put it into his mouth. Oh no, you can't eat that. If you're hungry, I'll take you to get some food. At this moment, I really wanted to ask my brother, does sister-in-law often eat random things? Sister-in-law, you can't eat that either. Sister-in-law, why are you chasing a chicken? Xinyanjing experienced for the first time what it truly means to endure the struggles of taking care of a child. She collapsed onto the couch, glancing outside, where the energetic Jingyu was still chasing after a rooster. Its feathers looked so beautiful that when he tried to grab it, The rooster flapped its wings and flew just above the ground, before quickly darting away. Jingyu pouted, frustrated that he failed to catch the rooster, and only ended up with a handful of feathers, fluffy and absolutely adorable. Alright, I'll reluctantly let him off the hook. Finally seeing Jingyu settle down, Xinyan let out a relieved sigh. Zai Jingjing, I'm hungry. Then go check with the director to see if there's any food. Didn't my husband bring me anything to eat? The little mermaid squatted on the ground, feeling so wronged. I can't believe my husband didn't bring me any tasty snacks. So annoyed, I'll punish him by making him let me touch his tail all night. What are you eating? Jingyu wandered into the director's lounge, peeking his head out, happened to see the director eating something. The director was so startled by Jingyu's sudden appearance that he nearly choked on his noodles. I'm eating noodles, but they're all gone now. The cheerful little face instantly fell. Looking as if about to burst into tears, a young lady handed over a few cookies. You're so kind, young lady. Jingyu took the cookies and walked out. Director, which agency does this person belong to? So adorable. Can't say. He's not an entertainer. When Jingyu returned, he was loaded with goodies. He was carrying a lot of food in his arms. Sister-in-law, where did you get all of this? Xinyan Jing was completely stunned. Sister-in-law, your charm is quite something. Given by uncle, aunt, and the young lady. Jingyu took a bite of the apple in his hand, placed the food he was holding onto the table. Sister-in-law, you are my goddess. Not long after, the staff delivered the task card. It happened that Xinyan Jing wasn't around. The little mermaid flipped through it again and again. If it's incomprehensible, it probably won't be useful. Threw away the card. Just like that. Discarded the mission card entirely. Can he actually remember the task? Already picturing Jing Bro losing his mind when he gets back. Did someone just deliver a card to sister-in-law? Yes, where is it? Where is it? I can't make sense of it. It's been thrown away, you know. Xinyan Jing suddenly felt like a lightning bolt struck directly above his head. Ancestors, you didn't deceive me. Throw you away. I am the dignified third prince of the royal Merfolk clan. Why would I lie to you? Jing Yan, who was watching the live stream, was speechless. Held his forehead, thinking it was already foolish enough. Never expected it to be that foolish. Jingli, taking a break, saw it, and felt a sudden urge to be the younger brother. Only Xin Yanqing merely curled his lips upon seeing it. My wife is truly adorable. Even when she's upset, she's still adorable. The second session of the show recording is underway. Xin Yanqing hurried to the base of Yunshan Mountain with Jingyu. The other teams have already arrived, and they've already picked their tools. Director, are you handing us spoons? Are we about to start eating? Jingyu picked up the only 2 spoons left on the table. He noticed everyone else was holding either shovels or rakes. The director seemed a bit embarrassed to speak up. He didn't dare to talk to him at all. It's meant to be used for digging the ground. This is related to the task you'll have later. Are we really supposed to dig the ground with this? Is dirt something you can eat? The group fell into silence. Zhili held the shovel and looked at Jingyu. Is he a bit slow? Next, we need to go up the mountain and find herbs based on the pictures. Whoever finds the most complete material in the end, that person will be today's winner. The director handed out all the cards. Jingyu felt upset because he couldn't eat anything. Not in the mood to look at any photos. Is there anything to eat on the mountain? Xin Yanjing tried not to delay completing the task. Tricked the little mermaid. As soon as he heard there was food, he immediately grabbed a spoon and hurried off. Xin Yanjing only knew that eating it worked. She didn't expect it to work so well. Is this the one? Just after taking the first step into the mountains, Jinyu pointed at a plant and asked, if not, is it even edible? It's not something you can eat. But the little mermaid was still a step faster than Xin Yanjing. She threw a leaf into her mouth without hesitation. Spitting it out, she exclaimed it tasted awful. The leaves taste astringent. This is so awful to eat, seriously. I already told you not to eat it. Xin Yanjing felt it was hard to keep watching. She kept walking uphill with Jing in tow. Ugh, what even is this, seriously? Oh no, the fruit is so sour. Little Jingjing, am I going to die? Xin Yanjing was speechless the entire way. It's such a shame you don't pursue an acting career, sister-in-law. Couldn't tell how much grass was eaten along the way. Anything that looked tasty was stuffed into the mouth. In the next moment, there was a sudden turn. The little mermaid ran off to climb a tree. Ancestor, what are you doing? Xin Yanjing was losing her mind. There's a bird's nest up here. Second brother told me that raiding bird nests is so much fun. I want to give it a try too. This whole journey, I'm laughing myself to tears because of the little one. It feels like Jing is taking care of a child. Haha. The little mermaid managed to climb up the tree. They found a bird's nest, but it seems they realized they can't get down. Little Jingjing, I think I can't get down. Sis-in-law, just jump down. I'll catch you. No way. I'm not that foolish. If I jump, I might not survive. Xin Yanjing tried many solutions. Jinyu refuses to come down. Finally, with no other choice, he pulls out his phone to call Xin Yanchen. What's going on? Xin Yanchen, who is in the office at the moment, receives a call from his younger brother, and is a bit surprised. Xin Yanjing points the camera at Jinyu, stays silent. This isn't my fault he climbed up there. Brother, you can't blame me for this. Come down, little one. Xin Yanqing noticed Jinyu sitting on a tree branch. Falling from that height would definitely scatter a lot of little pearls. I'm holding onto the branch tightly, not letting go. I absolutely refuse to come down. Falling from such a height would certainly be fatal. Be good and come down. Once tonight is over, I'll come pick you up. Jinyu looked around cautiously. He slowly climbed down from the tree, snatched Xin Yanjing's phone, tossed the bird egg in hand to him. Honey, I miss you so much. The little mermaid was talking to Xin Yanqing on the video. Xin Yanqing looked at the screen filled with the little mermaid's face, smiled a little, didn't think about her husband's tale. Could it be that she wants to be with her husband? What is that? Shall we try it tonight? Alright. Xin Yanqing gave a small smile. The little mermaid is so easy to fool. He somewhat didn't want to let him leave. Hubby has work to do now. Have fun with the show crew. I'll come pick you up tonight. Alright. When the designated time arrives in the afternoon, the photographers following each group remind the guests. It's time to head down the mountain. The moment he heard he could leave, Jingyu, who had been listless and downcast, instantly sprang up from the ground. Jingyu noticed the silhouette not far away, called out once and dashed forward. Before everyone could react to that call, Jingyu was already tightly embraced by Xin Yanqing. Did you have fun? Yes, I did. Jingyu lay on Xin Yanqing's shoulder, his legs wrapped around his waist. School starts the day after tomorrow. It felt like a bucket of cold water was poured over Jingyu's head. Didn't Xiao Jingjing say there was no need to attend school at the start of the semester? The military training ends tomorrow, so classes will officially begin the day after tomorrow. Darling, Xin Yanqing placed Jingyu in the back seat, then got into the car from the other side. Still standing at the filming location was Xin Yanjing. She simply watched as her brother took her sister-in-law away, leaving her behind in this place. Xin Yanjing crouched down and stayed where she was, waiting for Zhuang to come pick her up. Where's your sister-in-law? She was picked up by my brother, but he didn't come to get me. Why are you looking for my sister-in-law? Zhuang took a contract out of his bag and asked her if she was interested in joining the entertainment industry. Your sister-in-law's looks could easily outshine half the people in the entertainment world. Xin Yan let out a sigh. Did you watch the live stream? Who is my sister-in-law? The third prince of the royal family from the Mermaid clan. Who is my brother? Xin Yanqing, the fearsome overlord of the imperial capital. If my sister-in-law wants to join the entertainment industry for fun, do you think there's still anything left for you to do? That seems to be the case. As soon as they arrived at the hotel, Xin Yanqing pressed them against the door. This part is not something people enjoy reading. Skipping over 10,000 words, Xin Yanqing noticed the little mermaid was feeling sleepy. He gently coaxed her to sleep, stroking her tail. Xin Yanqing heard the little mermaid mumbling in her dreams. He gave a soft smile. Even in her sleep, she couldn't forget to touch her tail. After releasing a tail, he placed it in the little mermaid's hand. She loved it so much. The next morning, Jingyu woke up from hunger. With one hand supporting his back, Jingyu sat up from the bed. The little one has finally woken up. Xin Yanqing brought up some food. Jingyu was still groggy from his dreams. It wasn't until he smelled the aroma of food that he became more alert. Xin Yanqing set the dishes on the table. Then he scooped Jingyu out of the bed and took him to the bathroom to freshen up. I want to sleep. You spent so much time bothering the fish last night. You didn't even let the fish get any sleep. With his mouth open, Xin Yanqing helped Jinyu freshen up. Jinyu kept his eyes closed the entire time. When it was time to eat, his hand holding the chopsticks was trembling. Eat properly. Xin Yanqing frowned slightly. His tone grew a bit heavier. The little mermaid perked up as soon as he heard that. Immediately set the chopsticks down on the table. Climb back onto the bed behind you. Annoying fox, my hands are weak, and I still have to feed myself. Last night I already said no. Yet you claimed it was the last time. Now my back aches and my hips hurt. And you're not even feeding me. Why are you being so harsh? If you keep it up, I'll run back into the sea and never come out. Jinyu heard every word of Xin Yanqing's criticism without missing a single one. With an expression that clearly said I won't listen to anything you say, Jinyu stared at him. Holding that unbothered look on his face, he seemed utterly indifferent. He pulled him into his arms without hesitation. Picking up the spoon lying nearby, opening his mouth, he found there was no shrimp. Xin Yanqing chuckled and started peeling shrimp instead of letting him eat. The rice was mixed with the shrimp for better flavor. Jin Yu ate one bite after another without stopping. Why are you up so early anyway? You forgot to go to school today. I'm not going to school, I'm not going. Be obedient, my dear. I'll pick you up after school. Arriving at the school gate, Jing Yu was full of anticipation, looking at Xin Yanqing sitting in the car. Is it really not possible to skip it? Hurry and go inside. Xin Yanqing watched Jing Yu enter the school. After seeing him go inside, only then did the driver drive away. The homeroom teacher received a notice from the school and waited early at the bottom of the teaching building, knowing that the new student today was a mermaid, and also an important figure. Are you student Jing Yu? The homeroom teacher, Su Yang, stepped forward to greet Jing Yu, who had a displeased expression. Jing Yu lifted his head and nodded slightly. Su Yang brought Jing Yu to the classroom. Jing Yu introduced himself on the podium. After the homeroom teacher assigned him a seat, Jing Yu lifted his gaze to look over. Isn't that bunny? Shili hadn't expected to run into the mischievous fish who wanted to touch his ears here. The two encountered each other, and even ended up as desk mates. Jing Yu had just settled in. Su Yang pulled out a stack of test papers, the beginning of term test. Take a look at how much you know about biology class. When it comes to exams, he wasn't nervous at all, because there had never been any tests under the sea. He had no idea what an exam was like. When the papers were handed out, Jing Yu glanced at it and shouted in despair, "This is the end." Some people are unfamiliar. After Su Yang handed out the test papers, she paid extra attention to Jing Yu. After all, this little mermaid was specifically mentioned by the principal. She had to keep an eye on him. He must not be allowed to skip class. But he seemed pretty well behaved. How could he be the type to skip class? The little mermaid lowered his head, focusing on the questions on the test paper. The first question was about the night. An alpha took an omega to a hotel. Should the maid follow along? My husband is an alpha. I am an omega. My husband took me to a hotel. Of course you should go. Question 2. Is it appropriate for an alpha to hold an omega? My husband holds me every day. It's definitely appropriate. Question 3. If an alpha takes you out for a meal, as an omega, would you go? My husband takes me out to eat every day. Of course I would. There will even be shrimp to eat if I go. Su Yang, who was watching the entire quiz process from the side. It was the first time seeing someone answer questions so quickly, yet every single answer turned out to be wrong. The husband mentioned in his answers. Could it be that he already has a partner? The little mermaid was glancing around, searching for Su Yang's figure. Noticing him standing behind her, she confidently handed the paper to him. Su Yang vaguely noticed the mark on the little mermaid's collarbone. If memory serves correctly, the record showed he had just recently come of age. Even the principal hadn't explained it clearly. Jin Yu quickly became familiar with Shili, yet he still hadn't managed to touch the bunny ears. Are you already married? Shili recalled the moment after the variety show ended that day. Jin Yu called out the way he addressed that man. Something my brother once mentioned. That man is known as the living king of hell in the imperial capital. A presence that is extremely terrifying. Jin Yu fiddled with his clothes for a moment, revealing the nine-tailed fox mark on his collarbone. You two have already been marked. Shili was somewhat shocked. The results will be announced in the afternoon, and your parents will be informed. The tree spirit left with the test papers in hand. Jin Yu leaned on the desk and sent a message to Xin Yanchen. Honey, what should I do if I don't do well on the exam? Xin Yanchen did not respond. He's probably busy. Jin Yu and Zhili went to the school cafeteria for lunch. They didn't see shrimp and felt a bit down. Could it be that they didn't take it into consideration? Is there still a fish that loves eating seafood? Jin Yu accompanied Zhili for lunch, and then returned to the classroom. Aren't you having lunch this afternoon? Have you ever seen a fish that eats grass? Shili thought about it carefully. Shaking his head, he realized he hadn't seen one. The cafeteria has either shrimp nor fish. The fish doesn't want to go to school anymore. Xin Yanqing only checked his phone after the meeting. He noticed the message sent by Jin Yu. Slightly furrowed her brows. Is there nothing in the school cafeteria for mermaids to eat? The assistant stood by, momentarily stunned. The boss's wife seems to be the first mermaid in the academy. After the assistant mentioned it, Xin Yanqing suddenly remembered. Check Jin Yu's schedule for this afternoon. Xin Yanqing got up to pick him up. The little mermaid was called to the office by Su Yang. On the table lay the test paper Jin Yu answered this morning. Su Yang couldn't figure out how to bring this up. She ran the words through her mind for a moment. When she looked up and saw Jingyu's eyes, she felt once again that it still wouldn't work. If you're being forced, you should tell the teacher. The teacher will help you, you know. Jingyu patted his little head, not understanding what the teacher was saying. Su-yang noticed he didn't get it, placed the test paper in front of him, pointed to the answer for the first question. This husband is already officially registered. Jingyu blinked his eyes. Su-yang initially thought she misheard the response. Well, classmate Jingyu, what do you think about this small quiz? It's definitely a perfect score. Jingyu looked at Su-yang with great confidence, so much so that Su-yang felt compelled to give him a perfect score. All of it involves doing things that go against morals and conscience. Jingyu, my classmate, none of your test answers are correct. I've called your parents to have a talk with them. Not a single answer is correct. Jingyu widened his eyes in disbelief. How is that even possible? He had been very careful while answering the questions. For words he couldn't write, he used pinyin instead. Who would they even call as the parent? That's impossible, isn't it? He's already so used to it. Could it be the second brother? Don't even think about it. The second brother can chase me with a coral stick. Then it must be Xinyanchen. But he's so busy. Would he really have the time? Sighing about how tough life is. Yet what I hadn't expected was, the eldest and second brothers, along with Xinyanqing, are all in the parents' group, and they have all seen his grades. They are all on their way here. 2 Maybachs were parked at the school entrance, along with a motorcycle. After getting out of the car, the 3 of them exchanged glances. Only relying on that little brat under the sea. Forget about the surface level. The beginning of term quiz resulted in a score of 0. Jean Yen was extremely upset. Shielded him from countless coral sticks under the sea. It was all because of skipping class. Never thought skipping class would continue on land. Ended up scoring 0 instead. The Koi and Xinyanqing exchanged silent smiles. Reached the doorway of the office. Xinyanqing pushed the door open. The little mermaid saw that it was Xinyanqing who had arrived, got up from the sofa and dashed over. Oh, it's my husband who came. Then it's all fine. The little one recognized the familiar voice. The brocade that had been snuggling in Xinyanqing's arms immediately stopped its movements. Heh, big brother. Second brother Su-yang saw the person arriving, and seemed a bit skeptical, recalling what the principal said. The background indeed seems quite significant. Hello, teacher, we'd like to take a look at Jingyu's test paper. Jing Yan approached Su-yang directly. Su-yang froze in place, but quickly snapped back to reality, noticing their features were identical to Jingyu's. And then the feared ruler of the imperial capital appeared, observing their close interaction. Could it be that this is the husband mentioned in Jingyu's answer? Yener, Jing Yan, and Jingli finished reading Jingyu's paper, turned around without hesitation, and cast a dangerous look in Jingyu's direction. Could you please step out for a moment, Teacher Su? There are some family matters that need to be handled. Jing Yan spoke to Su-yang in a calm and amicable manner, although his expression appeared quite friendly. Su-yang could still sense a terrifying aura. Su-yang had just risen from her seat, and walked out of the room. As soon as the door closed, Jingli pulled a coral stick out from his pocket. Jingyu hid behind Xinyanqing, cautiously peeking out to survey the surroundings, choosing the quickest escape route, noticing the coral stick in second brother's hand, feeling a sense of familiarity, searching through the memories in the mind. Isn't this the coral stick father used to chase me with the other day? Recalling that the stick didn't seem to hit me that day. Little Koi holding the coral stick in one hand, the coral stick tapping rhythmically on Koi's palm. Jean swallowed hard once more. Husband. The little mermaid hid behind Xinyanqing, too scared to show her face. In fact, she was already quietly tearing up behind him. As long as the second brother shows up with a stick, she would immediately start crying. Second brother, that's really unnecessary. After all, you've scared the youngest to tears. I'll still have to soothe the youngest when we get home. It wasn't easy for the youngest to come to school today. This might leave a psychological scar on him. What if he doesn't come? Take a look at the test paper. Jean Yu answered first. Jean Li handed the paper over to Xinyanqing. The coral stick in his hand was never put down. Xinyanqing took the paper. He glanced at Jean Yu's simple response, and couldn't help but laugh. Other than me, no one else can handle these matters. This response is fine, but the fault lies with me. I didn't explain it clearly to him. Jean Yu nodded quickly like a bobblehead. Hurry, husband, escort me out of here. Those elder brothers. I'll take the youngest and leave first. Jean Yan gave a nod. I'd trouble Teacher Su to look after the little one. After briefly catching Su Yang's eye, Xinyanqing took Jin Yu and left. They had just walked a few steps. Jin Yu clung to Xinyanqing, insisting on being carried. I'm not walking. I didn't have lunch. I'm so tired and so hungry. Hubby is bullying me. A clueless little silly fish. Xinyanqing couldn't help but laugh. He flicked his forehead lightly. You're aware you're a silly little fish, huh? Why skip lunch? Jing Yu covered his forehead and shot him an annoyed glare. Whoever heard of fish eating grass? Xin Yanchen took him to a restaurant for a feast. The little mermaid was already so hungry his stomach was practically stuck to his back. When the seafood was served, Jing Yu eagerly started devouring the food. Eat slower. No one's going to take it from you. I'll pick you up at noon tomorrow, or we could just eat at the school cafeteria. Jing Yu slowed down his movements while eating. Stop overthinking it. What could that little brain of yours possibly come up with? If you want to eat with me, just send me a message. I'll have the driver pick you up. If you want to eat at school, then send a message to the chef uncle. The driver will deliver it to you. Jing Yu nodded repeatedly as he listened, wondering why he hadn't thought of that himself. Honey, you're so smart. Hurry up and eat. Once you're done, I'll take you to a banquet. Will there be delicious food? Yes, there will be. Then I won't eat any more. Let's head home first so you can change clothes. Xin Yanqing stood up. Jing Yu held her hand as they walked together.